A knight who defends an empty throne.
You ready?
Yes. God, he's fast.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 11 of Solo Leveling, A Knight Who Defends an Empty Throne.
What do you make of that title?
That's that even when there's nothing technically to protect the honor and principle of I pledged to keep this safe, and even though this situation isn't fully exactly the same to what I pledged to, it's close enough that honor-wise I still need to stay, even when it's technically pointless.
I say we go ahead and jump into this episode. Thank you for watching and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for the final 2 episodes coming next week and the week after that on Thursday. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, along with episode 1 of our next series, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where they're posting their extended full-length forms. Are we excited for episode 11 of Solo Leveling?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Should be far enough from civilization out here. Cause who knows what's about to go down. A job change quest. I had to get to level 40 for this thing to even pop up. I don't need a key to access it like I did with those other 2 dungeons. But it's also unlike the penalty and emergency quests, since I wasn't forced into carrying it out immediately. So, it's optional. And I've been given plenty of time to decide if I want to do it or not. Guess that means it's gonna be more difficult. But it's also safe to assume this will let me earn the skills best suited to my job. This quest will make me stronger. Yes.
Oh. Are we going to another universe?
I forgot to do my daily quest. I can do it when I get back.
Can we?
Alright, nice. It's almost like everything leading up to this was prep for the real game. Wonder what sort of fun stuff is waiting inside. At least it won't be boring.
I don't like it. Wow.
Yeah. So what do you make of that?
Damn. Okay. Sorry, I'm buffering.
Yeah.
And
quite
sorting everything.
Quite the animation to
Yes.
start that portal was pretty dang
That was
cool.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And not really like anything we've seen so far. Like, we've seen portals, but that was a lot more involved.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of like haunted and ghosty. He didn't seem scared by it though, but that could just be him being stupid.
Yeah, he was like, this is gonna be fun.
It's like, oh my god, this sounds so great. I don't know that that's the conclusion I would have come to, what he should have come to, but yeah, whatever.
And then what do you make of that last image we saw before the intro started?
So that's the knight. Okay, the knight guarding an empty throne is maybe the next boss or the next fight. Maybe his next job is sitting in the throne, being a ruler.
We shall see. This was the guy in the armor. This is Jinwoo.
Okay.
Having a
Sorry,
fancy
I'm
meal.
late. Actually, you're right on time, Jin-sung. It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Nothing out of the ordinary. What? I can't use potions or full recovery in this place? I also
What?
can't leave until I finish the quest. I'm gonna need to be extra careful.
Cannot leave till he finishes it.
Okay.
An armor-type beast.
A knight.
Oh boy. fast. Oh. He's kind of met his match, it seems. Or at least close enough.
You're terrible. Tough to break that kind of armor. What? I've done it before!
Ooh.
Just ripped the head off the armor.
What is the
I
goo?
wasted a fatal strike on that beast. Can't recover my mana either, so that's great.
Wait,
So that
what
was like a
is
skill,
wasting a
fatal strike.
Okay.
So
There are so many.
another detail. Okay, let's just.
Wasted a
yeah.
fatal strike on that beast. Can't recover my mana either, so that's
Oh
great.
no.
But it isn't like you tin cans care, is it?
You two kids?
tin cans.
Oh.
But the mana thing, so in a lot of games like this, you'll have a stamina bar, a health bar, and a mana bar. Stamina, running, doing big strikes, stuff like that. Health. Mana is like your magic bar. So like if you have the stealth ability and you can go invisible, like that used 200 mana per second. So
I see.
it like eats at your mana bar, and then when you're out of that, you typically need a potion to replenish it. So
Gotcha.
he can't take potions, and
So he's just he needs to bank it for the whole trip.
it's a whole thing to wonder when to use your mana,
Yeah,
just to know. But,
that makes sense.
Yeah, more nights are approaching. Same thing with Fatal Strike, that
Right.
used mana.
What's wrong, Jinwoo? You've barely touched your food at all.
Nothing's wrong.
Jinsung, how are things going with establishing the guild? I heard the 2 S ranks you reached out to have both declined your offer.
Well, you heard correctly then. Both Mr. Mean and Miss Cha turned me down. But not to worry. I'm negotiating with hunters from Europe and the Middle East as we speak. They're likely to sign if we agree to their terms. It will be similar to the case of Dong Su Huang.
Smart move.
Yeah, very smart.
Jinho. I know that you've been working on something of your own in secret.
Sorry, I have a guess. I think this guy's voice actor is Orange Boy from Code Geass.
Interesting.
I know that you've been working on something of your own in secret. Going out of your way to buy all these C-rank gate rights, trying to establish your hunting credentials. Which is fine for a personal project, if you stay in your lane.
Is that a threat?
Yeah,
He
older
knows,
brother.
but he has no idea. I have the boss on my side. And with the power he has.
Damn, even I'm tired after fighting non-stop. I could use a break.
Oh!
Now these
That one is stealth too?
Yep.
Yikes.
It was an
An
assassin.
assassin.
And here comes a mage, casting light magic no less.
Oh my
What are the
goodness.
odds of that? Low, I'm sure. Add in the armor, and I'm essentially reliving my past battles.
Yikes.
I knew this quest would be a tough one. Different kinds of beasts have different kinds of weaknesses. You need strength for knights, perception for assassins, and agility for archers. I wouldn't be able to damage knights without enough strength. I wouldn't sense
Whoa.
assassins without enough perception. My weak spot, though, is mages. The intellect stat's gotta be the one that counters them, but it's also the one I haven't invested in. Less intellect means less
Dumbass.
mana, so I can't afford to waste skills.
Look at him move,
Yikes.
though.
Yeah, very impressive.
Then there's my fatigue. I need to end this.
Oh boy.
So weak spot's magic right now because of intelligence. Love that your response was just dumbass.
Excellent.
It's like, whoa, I've worked on everything except being smart. Why am I stupid?
So this is all the people going to retake the island.
Beasts dropping canteens. Almost feel like I should thank you guys.
Was it just
High-rank
water?
Knight's chest plate?
Okay.
I haven't really experimented with gear much. It's invisible? Nice.
That
I
is
don't have to stand out.
awesome.
Doesn't restrict movement either. I'm not fully
Holy
restored
shit.
yet, so it's hard to tell. I leveled up at least. Scored some gold and items too. Fatigue's gone, so... I better go see what the next stage is in store. Well, my next challenge is waiting behind this door. Whatever it is,
Wow.
I have a bad feeling about it.
That's new.
But if the only way out is through, then just have to
Giant
press
door.
on.
We saw one other giant door.
Oh!
That's not a good sign.
One of the other giant door we saw. The double dungeon at the beginning.
Oh.
Some kind of throne room. It's different, but also eerily similar.
Oh boy.
My body remembers this. It's the same pressure I felt in the double dungeon. All this intensity is coming from him. Night
Igris the
Commander
Blood
Igris
Red.
the Blood Red.
Wow.
Threat level's red too.
That's a menacing name.
He's unlike anything I've ever fought. A knight who defends an empty throne.
You ready?
Yes. God, he's fast.
He cut that pillar like it was a tree branch.
Can the room afford to lose pillars?
Like, look how fast it's getting to him.
Oh.
His heavy armor doesn't slow him down at all.
Holy shit.
Powerful. Fast as hell.
We're equals in terms of speed, but he's way more powerful. And my dagger can't pierce his armor. Do I have any hope of beating this guy? He's tougher than I first thought. Still, different beasts have different weaknesses. So if a weapon's not effective, I'll just switch things up. Let's throw hands.
Let's throw hands. Taking off all of his weapons.
I'm surprised he bought in.
Chivalry's not dead.
Easy.
Very honorable.
Pretty crazy scene, right?
Wow. I mean, that adjustability is pretty smart for someone so dumb.
Why do you think Jinwoo's so dumb?
Hasn't he worked on literally everything else except his brain?
It's the one he's used the least, but it does level up when he levels up.
Right,
He
but if
made
you-
that deal with the guy. He's just not like genius level. He's not an idiot.
If you have the ability to level up something that includes your brain and you choose every time to do something else, that's stupid. Like, that is really remarkably dumb.
Well, you didn't say you should level up intelligence more than the others. You said you should do it evenly. So I guess you didn't see it as that important either. You said even. It's about the same as everything.
Kenny,
Just saying.
yes, if he had done that, he wouldn't be so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, what
But he
is-
also
what is
wouldn't
not
be as
clicking?
strong. Okay, I thought you were saying he should have emphasized intelligence, when in reality you're saying it should be equally.
Don't
as important.
unemphasize intelligence.
That makes more sense.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway, the fight, the knight was just all on him.
Very fast, but now they're gonna punch.
Yeah, and the knight took off all the weapons too. Yeah, it just was like, all right, we're doing this.
The honorable thing.
I mean, it's a knight. Other thing I want to say is the voice actor actually changed the dub to be "Let's throw hands."
Really?
Gonna be something
I was gonna
clunkier?
ask.
And he goes, no, let's make it let's throw hands.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was gonna ask what that directly translated to.
No, yeah. I think it was like, let's like fight.
Let's
fist to
fight.
fist, like
yeah,
that.
no, exactly.
He said, let's throw hands.
Come in.
I'm surprised you haven't gone home for the evening, sir.
I'm not quite ready to call it a day. Thought I'd tackle this stack of work that's been piling up.
Great minds think alike, then. I've been clearing some non-urgent items off my plate as well. It's really happening.
Well, speak of the devil. Let me guess. You're heading out soon?
Yes. I can't express how grateful I am you approved this operation, but I'd still like to try. So, thank you.
No thanks needed. You got the green light because you kept Jeju's name afloat. Thanks to you, the island has stayed relevant, and that has helped sway public opinion. The only thing I'm responsible for is tipping the scales a little.
You don't expect criticism for kicking a hornet's nest?
I do, but I'll take the brunt of it. Just be careful out there. Jeju Island is serious stuff.
Our main goal is to assess threat levels. Well, for now at least. We'll prod the enemy first and gauge how they respond.
As diligent as ever, I see.
That third raid on Jeju never really ended for me. It's like the battle is still going on.
Speaking of battles going on.
Back to the battle. Oh my god. So fast.
Like the choreography too is incredible.
This is like the most we've seen him struggle by
Look at
a
this.
lot.
Giving him the All Might
Good
combo.
God.
I blocked him, but I think I still lost 500 HP. Equipping armor was a good choice.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, imagine he didn't.
And that was without his damn sword. He's too strong. I can't compete with his brute strength. But I have the speed.
It also has speed.
But he has dash as a skill.
Ah. I love the bouncing off the walls.
Passive skill raised my defense.
Just threw a chunk at him.
I feel like this room is gonna cave in.
He hit him.
All right. Well, now he's mad.
Like,
This is insane.
he's ragdolling him.
Yeah. Wow.
He's on the throne. Just
That ought to do.
that would
Wow.
be a wombo combo.
That, yeah. Very kind.
Well, I'll make him a sandwich. I wonder what he's up to tonight. Yeah. Nothing big.
Holy shit.
I haven't lost yet!
Wow.
Dagger can't change owners. It'll go to my inventory and then right back to me.
Using all of his advantages.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this.
Like, what did he say earlier? I need to hear that one line again, and then we can watch this one more time. But what was he?
Change owners, it'll go to my inventory, and then right back to me! Too shallow, stab deeper!
Too shallow, stab deeper. Yeah.
Well, since you asked.
Like, dang.
That's pretty crazy.
You can feel that punch.
Mm-hmm.
I won, didn't I?
Are we sure? Okay. Wow.
Yep.
That was close.
Pretty impressive.
More of a fluke than a win. He had me beat.
So he can leave now, right? Technically.
Surpassed me on every level. Death was one screw up away. Oh, I just got 4 rewards. A pouch with a crap ton
Oh my
of gold in it.
goodness.
And someone was kind enough to leave me his helmet. Well, check the rank. Sure, the
Whoa.
Demon's Castle key was S rank too, but this is the very first S
So
rank
is this
piece
an
of gear
S rank
I've ever-
castle?
Huh? Reduces physical
Yeah.
damage.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
So is this an S rank castle?
I would say not. That doesn't explicitly say that.
Okay.
You can find a really good piece of gear, typically after boss fights too.
Gotcha.
Reduces physical damage by 15% and gives a 20-point boost to strength and vitality. Now we're talking. And the ruler's handstone? What skill is that?
The ruler's
Guess I'll figure it
hand
out
skill.
later. And lastly, the teleportation stone. It won't go in my inventory. Shouldn't this have dropped before I beat the boss? Unless... No, don't tell me. This isn't over yet.
Is it just sleeping? Oh.
So the quest begins now? What the hell? What's this all about?
That is so many.
The quest just
Wait,
begun.
wait, sorry, can you go back? I want to
You
read
gotta
the
read that?
instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do this where you really do have
Survive
to
as
pause.
long as possible to earn advancement points that are required to be assigned to higher class. Okay, so it's not necessarily career change, just class change.
Could be both, could be neither, could be none.
Okay, so you could be a fancy hunter.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good luck, huh? Yeah, thanks. A timer.
That's so threatening. Infinite?
It's bad when it counts up.
Yeah, right.
If they were as strong as this one here, I would be overwhelmed in seconds. But I
He's...
can handle guys like these easily enough. Though.
Why do you
there are
think
quite a
that?
few.
Kate fought them earlier in this episode.
No good. I keep fighting, but the gates keep puking up more and more. The whole point is to see how long I last. So... Stealth costs 200 mana to activate. Then 1 mana
Oh,
every
nice.
second it's in use. With 190 left, I can buy at least 3 minutes.
Oh. Wow.
Stealth?
Magic.
That's crazy.
That's like a scrying eye in D&D.
Alright then. No stealth or murderous intent.
Holy shit.
How long has it been? Only 5 minutes? I can't keep going. I hate to, but I've gotta use the stone.
Oh no. We need that.
No stone. Surrounded. And that is where we are left for episode 11 of Solo Leveling.
That was horrible of them.
Shadow extraction? A command word, huh?
What's he gonna pick?
Arise.
Oh. What the fuck?
Right after
That
his...
was so many suits of armor. Knights? Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what they
knights.
are. Knights? Jesus.
Yeah, so just had to fight a bunch of knights and then fight this super powered, extremely strong knight. And now he just has to, for however long, fight these knights.
Yeah. Until you're told to stop.
Yeah.
Which is so much worse than survive for 10 minutes and then we'll let you out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're left. We'll see the finale next week. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for the final 2 episodes coming next week and the week after that on Thursday. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, along with episode 1 of our next series, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where they're posted in their extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our incredible Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. HBomb24 asks, what are your thoughts on Jinwoo's epic fight with Egress this episode, and how would you rank it compared to other fights you've watched in other anime and shows?
I mean, that was incredible. The cool thing about the constant upgrades in this fight is you kind of know with certainty that every fight you're seeing is the most intense or skilled fight, unless it's a blowout or an
Wait,
old.
how so? What do you mean?
If you keep getting better as a fighter throughout the course of the show, anytime that you're really fighting someone, you know that that opponent is better than the last opponent that you defeated. The way it's animated was gorgeous, and then I also can't get over how fast a suit of armor was moving.
And animating speed like that is difficult.
Especially for something that's clunky.
Yeah, and also just in general, showing somebody being really fast in an anime is sometimes difficult because or really in any medium, how do you show super speed? You either have to go slow motion and show them regular, or show them in a blink of an eye, and I feel like they did a nice blend of that in this episode.
Definitely. Well, and a lot of I don't know, they used angles and perspective to their advantage
that was
to make it
wanted,
seem I don't know, it felt like we were not in the fight, but
more like a drone watching it.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask about that. The angles and perspective, that stands out amongst other fights we've seen. Did that feel different than other anime?
No, it definitely did. It kind of reminded me of Levi Beast Titan.
Ah, yes, the spinning well, that's probably uses a similar technique. But I was gonna say that, and then I think Demon Slayer a lot of times, what we just watched the finale of season 4 of Demon Slayer, spoiler ahead, they have a shot where Muzan is surrounded by all the Hashira, and they do a spinning shot and you can see them all, and it felt like that, where you get the depth of the room rather than just a flat face. And I really, the usage of that, and in addition to the choreography in that fight, was unbelievable. Just so good.
Very, very cool.
Let's go to our second question. Second question. Day asks, during the job change quest, Jinwoo mentions that the knights seem to be similar to his past battles, probably due to the system. What are your new thoughts that you may have about the system and its end goal concerning Jinwoo?
I hadn't thought about the knights reappearing as a reflection of something the system did.
Well, they said at the beginning of the fight, he was like, wait a second, I'm fighting knights which use dash, I'm fighting assassins which use stealth, and mages which use magic. These are all things that I've fought in previous fights. I fought the snake, knight had the armor, he fought a snake with armor. The assassins were a lot like the guy who used stealth on him before.
Okay,
each one of those 3 enemies were modeled after previous things he's fought.
Gotcha.
What do you think that says about the system, and what are your thoughts on the system?
Gotcha. It seems like it's slowly and gradually training him in a way where, I don't know, they're putting him in situations where he can learn how to utilize skills or talents or powers or whatever. And then as he levels up and grows and gets better, then he can apply those ideas to other stuff. But kind of like how they make you learn like the weird long division before you do actual division. And it's harder and it's more steps and you don't ever end up using the original thing. But it's important to understand the specifics of each thing that's happening before you apply it to like a more broad general application.
So what do you think that says about the system itself?
I think that it's trying to set him up for success.
Okay.
Like it seems like a very logical, honestly, it seems like dog training or horse training where like, okay, so like for instance,
Hey, dog, I'm going to send enemies at you. Let's see if you live.
No, not in that sense. Kenny.
He's like, it's like horse or dog training. He's fighting for his life, like brink of death. I get the notion you're making.
Misunderstanding.
No, I get what you mean. I'm more mean that like, I feel like when you say that, and I can say this because I feel like I don't know as well. I'm still speculating. It implies that the system's like, oh, I'm just gonna help him out. Like I get a more nefarious vibe from like sending so many things after him and like targeting his weaknesses, like at what, like not even telling him why, like, you know, like
it seems like the point is to train him to be better, like that.
But why? Like here's the question I'll ask you that I don't think you've asked. What's in it for the system, if anything? Because that's what I've been wondering.
Is it maybe trying to like crank out very powerful fighters or something? Maybe it's like I don't know, like a very, very rich person wants to figure out a more economical way to go harvest a bunch of stuff from all of those gates. So he creates a simulation where you can slowly incorporate different components of what an individual would find in real life, but in a kind of slow, stacked approach that lets them get used to it and figure out the specifics of what exactly is happening. And then once they complete the training, then they can go into gates by themselves and make you a whole bunch of money. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep having to watch the system, see if we learn anything else.
Do you think the system's autonomous, or do you think it's...
Is it a tool or is it the user?
Yeah.
I think personally, and this is just my guess, if I really had to guess, I feel like somebody is... Like they haven't given an explanation why all the portals really appeared, and I wonder whether there was somebody who like somehow hacked, almost like Code Geass, where like they hacked into like the fabric of reality in terms of like the sort of Akasha, like where there's like this otherworldly place where they can kind of look down on Earth and make decisions.
Yeah,
I feel like that maybe an enemy made that, and then maybe like their brother or something like was like, I'm gonna make a hero to defeat you, and like was trying to look for somebody to be like the chosen one. And like the first rung was like the double dungeon, where he got like, he proved how smart he was and he proved how brave he was, and it felt like a more sinister version of the Captain America testing, where they were like, we're gonna take a bunch of soldiers, like which one do we give the super soldier serum to, we're gonna see who has the best strength of character, like if you take away the body, who has the best like preset brain for this. And I think he met that requirement. And then as it goes on, I think that like, I don't know, I feel like maybe he's trying to like, somebody is using the system, but it's in his head, which is interesting. Like, is it using magic? But I feel like somebody's using the system to like, that's where I'm stuck. It's like, why? You know? Do you think it's autonomous? Like, do you think somebody's running it or it's running itself?
I think someone's running it.
Really? All right.
Or someone programmed it to do its own thing in like an AI way where it's...
But that would still be somebody behind.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean.
All right. Well, we'll see. I still have no idea on that. And that's one of my favorite parts about the show is like earlier when it's like, you have to kill these people. And then another time it's like, you have to escape from this person. I'm like, you could escape both times then. Like,
yeah.
You want them to kill a certain amount. Like there's something you're pushing them towards. Like,
yeah.
You're making them okay with killing. You're making them okay with like threatening people with like when you're negotiating. Like, you know, like
putting him in very specific situations that have him develop a very specific skill set.
And what is that skill set for? Let's go to our final question. Day asks, based on what we've seen of Jinwoo so far, how do you think he'll fare in the situation he's left in at the end of the episode?
I mean, it seemed like he was kind of getting his shit rocked.
And lost his teleportation stone.
Lost the teleportation stone, and now he's being presented with a bunch of things where an individual one of those gave him so much difficulty. So I'm very worried about how that's going to go for him. And then separately, I'm curious how he's going to handle that kind of beat down, just because like I feel like it's been a while since he's had his ass handed to him like that. Very old Jinwoo, not new Jinwoo.
Yeah.
So
some good points all around. We'll see how it goes and what ends up happening in the finale, but that is where we're left for episode 11 of Solo Leveling. Are we excited for episode 12?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.